Okay guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I'm going to be doing tier 3 contracts for the entire game to see what we can come out with by the end of it. And I'm really hoping this is going to give us a good idea of if tier 3 is actually worth grinding or not. Because I'm going to spend the next 35 to 40 minutes in the tier 3 zone grinding contracts to see what best loot we can come out with. And I probably might just throw us in a Dark Aether at the end as well to see if that's also going to help. So I'm going to just get myself into that tier 3 zone, start grinding contracts and see what we can come up with. Okay, so the first contract we're doing is an Outlast contract in the tier 3 zone. As you can see, we join up with a different squad that have already started it, which is absolutely perfect. Literally what we wanted. So first contract is about to be completed. Obviously, it's going to allow me to start Pack-a-Punching my gun a little bit as well. So it's going to make the contracts a little bit easier. Because right now, we're at tier 1 Pack-a-Punch. I haven't got any other stuff, which is why I'm doing this run. Because I need some loot for some of the videos I'm trying to record. So I thought, you know what? Why not, instead of just grinding it by myself, why not jump into tier 3, make a video, and actually we can then see together if tier 3 is actually worth grinding on a regular basis or not. Because if I come out with a load of good loot, then we can say, okay, tier 3 is worth grinding. But if I come out with basically nothing, then alright, maybe tier 3 might not be worth grinding. But one thing you do need to bear in mind, not every game is going to be the same. Like, you could have a game of tier 3 where you get a load of amazing loot, and then you could get another game where you just really don't get anything. So I have jumped in with the Ram 9 because it's one of the most confident guns that I feel with in this game. And also, it's only tier 1 Pack-a-Punch, as you can see, but we are going to start tier 3 Pack-a-Punching it. So the first one, all we're going to get is a tier 3 vest, a large backpack, and Shatter Blast ammo, which isn't really that great. Okay, so second contract, as you can see, we have got a bounty target on a Disciple all the way over here. So we're going to go ahead and do this, see what sort of loot we can get, and then I'll look at Pack-a-Punching as well, because I really do need to Pack-a-Punch. The problem is as well, I don't have any stamina up or any perks or anything, so I really need to get myself kitted out. But I also don't want to miss any of the loot that we could be getting from contracts, because of course the whole idea of this is to see what we can get from the contracts in the tier 3 zone. Okay, so there we go. That one has gone down as well. We got a self-revive, a sigil, a cluster mine, and then a cryo freeze ammo mod. So not really too much I'm going to be taking out of there. Okay, so contract number 3 is going to be another Outlast contract. Again, nice and easy one to do. A lot of the contracts now in tier 3 are very easy to do, and a lot of people are already in tier 3. So if you're someone that's not comfortable, you can probably just jump into tier 3 and try and find a team that are doing contracts. Request to join their squad. The majority of teams will let you in, because if it's going to make their life a bit easier, they're going to let you in. It's going to help you complete the contracts. Or if you're confident enough, just go and solo run them. They're all pretty simple to do at this point in the game. So this contract is now coming up to a close. Let's see what we can get out of an Outlast for this one. Hopefully we finally see a little bit of decent loot come out of this. Another self-revive and a PhD flopper can. Not anything too crazy so far. I think we've done, what, 3 to 4 contracts now? And the best thing we've had is maybe a self-revive. That might be about it. But it's not all too bad, because, of course, we have still got the entire game to go where we can, of course, keep going, keep grinding contracts, and potentially get some good loot out of it. So I don't really know how long this video is going to end up being. I'm sort of just going to do, like, showing you what contracts we are doing and then show you us completing them and the rewards we're getting. And as you can see at the minute, we are doing a escort contract. And speaking of, the escort is going all the way up in there because of the mangler. But I don't really know what else I can show you in this as of outside of how worth tier 3 is worth grinding, because there's not too much more to show you other than us doing the contract and getting the reward out of it, I suppose. So we're doing this contract now. A Mega Abomination's just pulled up. We've got Disciples, Mangler. We've got basically everything that could ever be on us at this situation in time. I'm not going to lie. Everything seems to be here right now, which is kind of crazy. Like I said, Mega Abominations, Mimics, Manglers. Everything is right here on us right now. Okay, so again, the escort contract is about to come to an end as well. That should be finished up in about 2-3 seconds time here. We should be able to see what sort of loot we are going to be getting out of this as well. And there we go, the contract has now finished. So what sort of loot can we expect to get out of this contract? Hopefully we actually see our first little bit of decent loot, because we've not really had anything so far. And again, we're just not really getting anything. It's just another cluster mine, a perk, a 2-plate vest. Really nothing great has come out of this so far. So I'm going to start up this Spore contract now for our team to go ahead and complete. Do that, and then, I mean, at some point I'd like to see like a Legendary Aether tool, a tier 2 or tier 3 Pack-a-Punch crystal. It would be nice. I really hope at some point we do see it. It would be ideal. Because like I said, not only am I recording this video to show you guys that you can get good loot from tier 3, but I'm also doing it because I need the loot to record some videos that I want to record. There's a couple guns I want to try out, but I want to have Legendary Aether tools and stuff like that. And I've totally run out of all the loot that I had from recording other videos. So I genuinely need the loot myself, as well as to show you guys tier 3 is actually worth grinding or not. So this Spore contract should come up finished very, very quickly here as well. Again, another easy contract to do. Really not one that people are going to struggle with completing in this game. And there we go. It is now finally finished. Let's see what sort of loot we're going to get this time. Okay, so we get a tombstone schematic. So if you've not already got tombstone, that would have been good. Another sigil. Again, realistically, nothing too crazy as of what we've not already got. So we're about 10 to 15 minutes into the game now where we've been actually grinding tier 3 contracts and doing all the loot and stuff. So, you know, I'm going to go tier 3 Pack-a-Punch my gun, just make it a little bit better, and then we can carry on with the rest of the contracts. So next up, we've got a Mega Abomination bounty target, which I'm going to try and get to. Majority of the time in this, though, the Mega Abomination and the bounty seem to go down pretty quickly, because everyone's using the flamethrower attachment and things like that, which just make them go down so fast. So we'll probably get there, and the contract will be just about complete. I wouldn't be surprised if we're very close to actually completing this, which it looks like we are going to be very close to completing as well. I mean, I've somehow managed to go down there. Not ideal. But let's see what we can actually get out of the contract reward. Let's see what we're going to get. Another self-revive. Brilliant. A rare Wraither tool, and yet again another sigil. So again, nothing too crazy that we've not already had, or we've not already seen, and we've not already got in our stash at some point. Like, the contracts have been pretty poor so far. The loot that we've been getting has actually been very poor, unfortunately, so far. So once again, another Spore contract. These ones are always quite fun to do, to be fair, because they're very easy to get done. Like, you can just run through the Spore contracts very quickly. Just chuck them down, move on, get on to the next thing. It's very easy to do. As you can see, I've already done half the contract already. It's only been live for about 30 seconds. So it is a nice, easy one to get done. Someone's just running around placing all the things down. I can run around just after them, just destroying them all. So really easy contract to get done, especially if you've got a full squad. It's going to make it real nice and easy. But again, another contract that's going to be completed. Let's hope we finally see a Legendary Wraither tool, a tier 2 or tier 3 Pack-a-Punch crystal, and just see if it's actually going to give us anything at any point. So this one's going to give us another sigil, another rare Aether tool, and a brain rot ammo mod this time round. So again, nothing good so far. We haven't had anything that's actually worth grinding as of yet. So next up is going to be yet another Outlast contract that we're going to go ahead and complete. I'm really hoping at some point in this, I'm going to come up with maybe 1 or 2 Legendary Aether tools, a tier 2 or a tier 3 Pack-a-Punch crystal. That would be the ideal situation here, but I just don't know if it's actually going to happen, if I'm totally honest. Like I said, I know that sometimes you can get really good games in tier 3 where you're going to get a lot of loot, and you get some games in tier 3 where you just don't get much. And hopefully this isn't going to be one where you just don't get anything. But I'd also be interested, guys, what is your best loot that you've got out of the tier 3 zone? Have you had any games where you've had like crazy good loot, or have you just had like pretty mediocre loot the entire time, like you're sort of getting in this game, where it's not the worst stuff to have, but it's also just not going to be game changing to the loot that you've already got, and it's not going to make a big difference to your game. So yet again, another contract finished up. Let's hope this time we actually get a decent little bit of loot. Let me get inside the reward rift. I feel like that's going to give us the best loot. We get another self-revive. A tier 1 Pack-a-Punch crystal. Okay, it's something different that we've not already had. Speed cola I can equip. And do I realistically need another self-revive? Probably not. I will take it over. I'll take it over Tombstone because I've already got it. Actually, you know what? Tombstone might be the only one that I don't have. So I might keep that just in case I don't have it. I'll replace the cluster mode because I'm just never going to use it. So next up is going to be the easiest tier 3 contract that there ever is. Like, everyone used to grind this at the very beginning. And it is the Deliver Cargo contract. It's just super easy to do. I mean, this contract is super simple. You follow a route that you know. I don't know if this guy does the same route as I do. He looks like he's going for the other route. But yeah, you just follow the route. It's very simple to do. It doesn't take too long at all. It's a very quick contract to get done. Nice and easy. You can come into tier 3 and do this without any loot if you really wanted to. If this was available, come in. Just don't even have any guns. Don't have any equipment. Just come and do this one. And it's the easiest tier 3 contract you can complete. Again, out of this one, self-revive, a rare Wraither tool, and a tier 2 armor, which again, nothing that I'm going to be taking out of that one, unfortunately. So now we got yet another Spore Control contract. Again, a pretty simple one to get done. Hopefully, I just want to see some decent loot. Like, I don't know if that's too much to ask at this point, but I'd just love to see a decent bit of loot. That would be great. We've got 2 inhibitors left to take down. Again, nice and easy to do. It's not going to take us very long. Just praying and hoping we see a Legendary Aether tool, a tier 3 Pack-a-Punch crystal, something along those lines would be absolutely amazing to get out of a contract finally, please. Another tier 1 Pack-a-Punch crystal, a sentry gun, a medium rucksack, and yet another sigil. So, I mean, so far, it really isn't looking great. It's really not looking great for this run. Like, I don't think I'm even asking for anything too crazy. It's not like I'm out here asking for mags of holding, schematics, and stuff like that, which obviously you can't get in this zone. But you know what I mean? I'm not asking for the craziest stuff. I just want something a little bit decent to write home about, and as you know, it's actually going to make the grind worthwhile. But our team have started up another Spore contract, so let's get over here, finish up this. We've only got 15 minutes left of the game. So far, we haven't really got that much longer left of the game. And we haven't seen anything crazy yet. We really have not seen anything too special. And that's going to be that Spore contract done. Please, for the love of everything, give me something semi-decent. Okay, so we're going to get an epic Aether Tool schematic, which I've got, but I'll offer it out to a teammate in case someone actually does need it. And then we get an epic Aether Tool, another sigil, and a tier 2 armor vest. Again, it's just nothing great, is it? Like, we're really, really struggling to just come across some good loot for some reason. I don't really know why. But like I said, I'm hoping to get into that new Dark Aether zone as well, so we can sort of hopefully get some decent loot out of that area, even if we end up getting nothing out of this one. And I know, of course, the Dark Aether isn't tier 3, but at the same time, I need to test it out, and I need to get something decent out of this game. So we've now got a Mangler bounty target, which obviously we're going to go ahead and complete. I wouldn't be surprised if that's basically finished by the time I get there, which it looks like it may be. And there you go, it is already finished up, so we didn't even have to do anything for that one. But again, we're going to go and see what loot we get. Hopefully, for the first time in this game, we get something decent. And the answer is no. We're going to get Elemental Pop, Brain Rot, and a Sentry Gun. This is just very poor, isn't it? This is a very, very poor showing of what we could be getting. So we're doing yet again another Outlast contract. I'm just hoping and praying that we see some form of loot come out of this, like I really could do with a Legendary Aether Tool, a tier 2 or tier 3 Pack-a-Punch Crystal. And honestly, I'd be happy with how bad this run's been so far. I'm almost praying at this point we see something decent come out of this reward rift. And we're not going to get it again. It's Speed Cola, a rare Aether Tool, and a tier 2 armor vest. It's just... it's actually poor. It's a very, very poor showing of what we could be getting so far. This might be one of the worst tier 3 runs I've had in a long time. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this bounty, but I have got one problem. My team keep cancelling the contracts because they want to go to the old Dark Aether zone. And as you can see, they cancelled the last one that I was doing, which was kind of frustrating, I'm not going to lie. Okay, so we should finish up this contract here as well. The game's not making it easy for me, though. I will say, I keep running out of ammo, and I killed so many zombies and had, like, no ammo to pick up, which really isn't helping. But all of them zombies are now going to go down. Again, no ammo that I've now to pick up. So we get a schematic for the Refined Crystal, which, again, is basically no use. I get a large backpack and then the Deadbolt ammo. That's just, it's just not helpful. It really isn't helpful. Nothing that I've got so far has actually been any use for me or any good to me. So we've got no contracts left in this zone. So I'm going to go up to the Dark Aether zone and see if we can get that started up or not. And if we can't start this, then it's been a very unsuccessful tier 3 run. And I know sometimes you can get better runs than that. But for me, that seems to be like a lot of my tier 3 runs. A lot of my tier 3 runs end in this way. Okay, so I've spent my time taking down the orb. Was kind of hoping I'd get like maybe a Legendary Aether Tool from that. But we didn't even get a Legendary Aether Tool from the orb. We have got nothing out of this tier 3 run. And nobody wants to do the new Dark Aether with me. So I don't really know what the plan is here. Like, well, I mean, we're sort of going to have to come out of this with basically no extra loot to what we came in with, which is kind of unfortunate. So, guys, no one wants to help with the new Dark Aether Rift, so I'm actually just going to have to go and exfil normally. And this is the loot we came out with out of a tier 3 run. And as you guys saw, I was into tier 3 within about 5 minutes into the game at the very most. So I spent about 40 minutes in the tier 3 zone, basically, grinding contracts, doing as much as I can to get the best loot possible. And all that we have come out with to show for is a couple of self-revives, a Tombstone schematic, 2 tier 1 Pack-a-Punch crystals, and 2 sigils. And that is literally all we have managed to get out of a tier 3 run, which is kind of... like, that's actually very bad, isn't it? It's a very, very bad way to end the tier 3 run. So I spent 40 minutes in tier 3 zone and end up with that. That is very, very poor. But I'm going to leave today's video there, guys. But let me know if that's a typical tier 3 run for you guys, or if you normally get much better loot than that. Let me know in the comments. I'll be very interested what you guys have to say. Do you guys think the tier 3 contracts give out enough loot? Do you think they give out the best loot they can? Or do you think it definitely could be buffed? We could definitely see some better rewards come out of tier 3. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments, so please do let me know if you guys want to go ahead and let me know in the comments. If you have enjoyed today's video, please be sure to smash a thumbs up, as it helps me out way more than you will ever imagine. And if you guys have enjoyed today's video, be sure to check out the rest of the channel. There's a whole bunch of zombies content on there that I think you guys will really go ahead and enjoy. And if you do enjoy the rest of it, be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on, as it helps me out way more than you could ever imagine. But I appreciate you guys watching all the way to the end. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one in a bit. Peace.